This news update is brought to you by
I'm happy. Now I'm gonna take my time. I'm happy. Enjoying myself with lime. I'm happy. Escape from reality. Yay! And let lime take care of me. We're just happy and smiling. Doing almost anything. Having fun and just living. Shopping, chilling, everything.
Get happy with Barbados' largest and fastest 4G network. Activate any Lime prepaid or postpaid mobile plan today.
This is the Barbados Today evening update for Thursday, November the 27th, 2014. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. A pleasant good evening to you. Healthcare problems at the QEH appear to have taken a turn for the worse. So much so that members of the Barbados Association of Medical Practitioners and the Junior Doctors Association are meeting in emergency session tomorrow to examine the situation and plan their next step. Public Relations Officer of BAMP, Dr. Linda Williams, tells Barbados Today their members had requested the meeting because of the chronic issue of essential medical supplies, which could compromise the level of care doctors provide.
But the main focus of the meeting is the shortages in the hospital, or the recurring shortages, I should say, rather than just the current situation, but it's a recurring problem. The most critical area, I would have to say, is the shortage of essential supplies, and there are other concerns as well, but as I said, I don't want to preempt. We're giving a statement at the end of the meeting tomorrow. As you know, we have spoken on this issue before. The doctors are quite concerned about the fact that we have shortages that get fixed, and then maybe a few weeks or months later, we're back in the same situation again due to supply. Obviously, it would have an impact on the way that we are able to give care to patients, or the way that we are able to provide the best possible care for the patients in the hospital.
Meantime, there's a worrying health report on Barbados from the World Health Organization. Barbados has been ranked as one of the countries with the highest weight-related cancers in the world. And the WHO report states that Barbadian women are most at risk. It showed that 12.7% of women are affected by cancer because they are overweight or obese. Barbados is ranked together with Puerto Rico. In other news now, the Barbados Chamber of Commerce and Industry identifies a number of sectors to drive the economic growth in the medium term. BCCI President Tracy Shuffler, speaking at the Chamber's monthly luncheon, identified tourism, entertainment and culture and medical services as some of the sectors that could lead the way in boosting the country's ailing economy.
There is an expectation that the traditional foreign exchange earning sectors will continue to evolve and reconfigure to meet new market demands. Most of us anticipate that tourism will continue to lead the economy in the medium term, with perhaps a greater emphasis on experience and lifestyle product offerings. Sports, entertainment and culture, along with emerging private medical and health-related services and retirement communities, are likely to continue to evolve and perhaps eventually dominate as our tourism product expands. International business development in Barbados is likely to move towards having an area of specialization, much like what has happened in some jurisdictions with mutual funds and insurance, for example.
Officials at the Barbados Agricultural Society are expanding this year's AgroFest to include regional producers. Speaking at the official launch of AgroFest 2015 this morning, Chief Executive Officer James Paul said manufacturers from Guyana, Trinidad and Tobago and Jamaica have been invited to showcase their products at the February event. But Paul made it clear that local manufacturers will remain the centerpiece of AgroFest. There's a call for society to address the crime situation facing the country before it's too late. It comes from the Anglican Reverend John Rogers, who's concerned about the increase in gun crimes in the country. Reverend Rogers tells Barbados Today there's urgent need to find out what are the root causes for the worrying trend.
I wouldn't put it on young people, I would put it on our people, because we all know about the upsurge in gun violence and so on in the community. And it bothers me because we need not be there. Barbados has spent too much money educating its people and so on for us to go that way. I think there needs to be, I think that's a big problem for us, and we need to find out why. If it is just persons caught up with a mentality from elsewhere, which really has nothing to do with our dynamic, or if indeed we have been educating people in mind and not in morals, because that is probably the most dangerous type of society, to have some very bright people who have no scruples.
In sports, Antoine, Lil Man, Daniel and Mark Venom Griffith will do battle for the Massey United Insurance Clash of the Titans Road Tennis title on Sunday. This after they dispatched their opponents in the semi-finals last night at the Villages at Coverley Christchurch. Daniels blasted off Curtis Jones in straight sets, 21-14, 21-19, 21-10, which earned him a standing ovation. Griffith booked his spot after sending the world boss Julian Michael Jackson White on pre-retirement leave with an exciting 21-16, 21-12, 21-16 straight sets win.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
Catch the sun power.
To Brazil now, where reports are that the health of soccer legend Pelé is deteriorating. Pelé was hospitalized for a urinary tract infection earlier this week, but health officials say his condition has worsened. He has been moved to a special care unit in an unstable condition. Pelé, one of the greats of the world soccer, won 3 World Cups with Brazil between 1958 and 1970 and was the country's leading goal scorer with 77 goals from 92 caps. On the regional scene, Jamaican police are investigating the robbery of 3 students. According to National Coordinator of the Safe School Program, Sergeant Solrich Minto, the students were robbed of their government-issued tablets at gunpoint. Minto says the incident took place in Kingston and Montego Bay. Speaking to the Gleaner newspaper on the issue, he also revealed that 316 schools across the island had been robbed between the period January 2012 and January 2014. This, he says, reflects the moral breakdown in society. Further afield, Mexican police have discovered 11 partially burned bodies of young adults in the southwest of the country. The 13 were found just an hour's drive from where 43 missing college students went to school. The bodies have not been identified, and officials did not disclose whether there was any connection between the bodies and the September disappearances of the 43 students. Meantime, the Mexican president has announced plans to overhaul the country's police forces in the wake of the students' disappearance. He said all local police units will be unified into one national force. And that's where we end our Barbados Today evening update. We'll be back again tomorrow morning. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper and email updates, or like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screen plate supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also tune into Channel 101 on Lime TV to get all the latest news and sports. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic evening.
This news update is brought to you by
I'm happy. Now I'm gonna take my time. I'm happy. Enjoying myself with lime. I'm happy. Escape from reality. Yay! And let lime take care of me. Oh, we're just happy and smiling. Doing almost anything. Having fun and just living.
happy with Barbados' largest and fastest 4G network. Activate any line prepaid or postpaid mobile plan today.